want to play a game that's really shit. I mean really fucking shit. Not like the bad games I've played before. I mean fucking terrible shit. Something like Back to the Future 3 on the MegaDrive. But is this as shit as everyone says it is? Let's have a little look.
It doesn't matter if you're a fan of Back to the Future or not. Everyone has heard of this film series, and everyone knows it's a classic trilogy. But when it comes to video game adaptations, that's when things go tits up. My first experience was Back to the Future 2 on the Master System in 1991. Now I haven't played that game since then, but I remember having a little bit of fun playing it. So when there was a Mega Drive game that was due to be released a couple of years later, it had to be twice as good, surely. Was it fuck? Just the intro music hurts your ears. You're greeted with a clangy version of the theme tune. This was made by Probe Entertainment, which in the same year made Alien 3. Now that soundtrack was brilliant. There's no options screen here, so however hard this game may be, that's what you'll have to deal with. Press start and you get the most ugly still image. Emmett and Marty look like they've just spent the night with Johnny Depp in Fearing and Loathing in Las Vegas. Look how fucked their eyes are. Your first mission is to rescue Clara from the wagon that's heading towards a cliff edge. You play as Emmett Brown on horseback chasing the wagon, but there's obstacles to avoid. Not a few things, a shitload of things. There's birds, boulders, gunmen, and any shit that's fallen off the back of the wagon. You must jump, duck or shoot your way through this level, and believe me, you're going to need some patience to get through this. In fact, you'll need an amazing memory. You can't tell what's going to hurt you, so you end up jumping over an item that won't hurt you, but you'll end up jumping into a bird instead. It's damn near impossible to get through this, and the scenery is just a mess, and you can't react quick enough to duck or shoot. If you finally get to the end, you'll save Clara, and that's the end of that stage. Next up is a shooting gallery. Ducks will scroll past and bad guys will pop up in front of you or in a window. You have infinite ammo, so you can fire away at anything you can, but it's not that simple. If you've ever played T2 the arcade game, then you'll know games like this are far better with a light gun. Moving a crosshair is too slow, and you'll miss a lot of the high scoring objects. Not only that, but you can't press up to move up the screen, you press down. Yeah, you press down to go up, just like an aeroplane simulator. This is wank, there's no freedom of movement, you're stuck on two horizontal planes in which you can move left or right. And this stage isn't very forgiving, as you have to rack up an insane score to finish. I'm not 100% sure how much, but I think it may be over 80,000 points. The third stage requires Marty to throw pies at bad guys in doorways and windows. This isn't as easy as it may seem. Because it's on an isometric plane, your aiming will be terrible, and when you think you've got it lined up, the bad guys have already gone. When you've run out of pies, you can move to the table to reload. This is just as painful as the first stage. The final stage is on the train. You need to get the train to 88 miles an hour before the time runs out, and again the controls are shit. You can take a few enemies out easy enough, but it's the telegraph poles that are your worst enemy. Timing these right to jump over is like trying to dodge a bullet, and if you don't get hit by them, then you'll fall through a gap. You can hold on to a ladder on the sides of the carriages to avoid the poles, but that's a mission in itself. When you're through, you just get a crappy message of how to make your own future.
What a mountain of goat shit this game really is. There's only 4 levels to it and none of them are easy or entertaining. If I'd bought this on release, it would have been returned the same day. There's no way as a young teenager that I could get past the first level. It's just insanely difficult. This could have been made into a decent platform game, but they just came out with the most dumbest ideas. If they made graphics clearer and the gameplay a little slower and a big health bar, then it would have been more playable, but they didn't. This game is the disgrace to the Back to the Future name, and I wouldn't recommend anyone to play this unless you wanted to smash your Mega Drive to pieces.